With the financial capital of the country, Mumbai being the worst hit state by COVID-19, experts are doing whatever it takes to help it overcome the crisis. Let's do a three-point analysis to understand the role BMC is playing in this situation and whether it can really help Mumbai recover. 1. What is the BMC doing currently? Well, Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation, or BMC as it is called, administers a population of about 13 million, with one of the largest slums in Asia. To help Mumbai tide over this crisis, it needs investments that helps kickstart the economy. BMC has the largest budget of any municipal corporation in India. The considerable short-term expenses for tackling the pandemic are actually coming from BMC's 850 crore rupees contingency fund. It has already spent 95 crore rupees between March and April to upgrade the existing healthcare capacity. Now, it has also anticipated an additional spending of about 200 crore rupees over the next 2 months. However, finding funding for medium-term and long-term urban upgrades that will serve the dual purpose of making Mumbai more productive and also more resilient to public health shocks will be quite trickier. 2. Reforms in public transportation as well as public services. Well, investing in Mumbai's public transportation systems is critical, as well as Mumbai's local trains, which is often referred to as the backbone of the city, runs at 2.6 times its existing capacity. Moreover, a shift to private vehicles has already led to a massive congestion as well as pollution. A robust system that actually gives the urban population multiple options for traveling safely without being packed in together is key. Major interventions are needed here. Increasing the number and the frequency of trains, integrating transit systems that are flexible and also ensure the last mile connectivity, such as ramping up bus fleets, and also investing in electric vehicles including rickshaws that keep the pollution in control. Slum dwellers represent 42% of the population in Mumbai. Now, the BMC must prioritize spending on public services to improve standards of waste management, sanitation, and slum assistance. Now, the pandemic showed us how vulnerable they can be, or they are, to the lack of infrastructure as well as to the access to basic services. Now, the BMC's total expenditure on urban poor is at over 9,600 crore rupees, and it's not a small sum. However, 80% of this money actually goes into the operation and maintenance, and only 20% goes into investments and, say, capital works. 3. The need for building economically autonomous cities. Well, the BMC's dependency on the state government for its revenues is a key challenge here. 35% of BMC's revenue or income comes from the state government. Now, given that the state government already has faced a 60% reduction in the revenues collected this year compared to March 2019, the BMC will probably not receive its share of funds from the state for at least for the rest of the year, say FY21. Now, such a hit reminds us of the importance of having economically autonomous cities to respond to crises like this. Without expanding its own sources of revenues, it is unlikely that the BMC's current finances can really support Mumbai's recovery at this point in time. Generating revenue that can sustainably fund the capex needed in critical times really calls for structural reforms. One way to improve revenues is to bolster property tax collection by using land management tools that can ensure reliable collection of revenues. Finally, the city would be definitely better off by spending more of what the BMC really puts in its reserves every year. As of 2017, the BMC had 61,510 crores as reserves, which continues to expand every year as the BMC fails to utilize all of its funds. And this needs to revise the current approach in the planning of expenditure going forward.